This is the L2C Media Network, and live from the Fred McLeod Sports Desk at the Tom O'Neill Studios in Jackson. This is Steve's Sporty Balls. Sports with fun, excitement, and a little bit of comedy. Presented by the L2C Media Network. And now, with the scores, the stories, the headlines, and everything else, day and night in sports, here's our own ray of sunshine, Steve the Baxman Baxley. Hey, how you doing, everybody? Good evening. Welcome to the broadcast. Hey. All right. Welcome, everybody, to our little show of shows. We say that every day. We say that every night. And why? Because we care. We actually care. All right. Not to get punchy or anything, we are a little late tonight. But, hey, at least we didn't get slap happy. Anyway, there we go. We okay here? There we are. There we are. Okay. All right. We're good. Let's get to it. We go to our basketball segment here. And by the way, all of our scores presented by the fun folks at Caesars Sportsbook and Casino, where, as they all say, we are all Caesars, but even Caesars know their limits. And if you're having a little trouble with the limits, then call some folks that can really help you. The National Problem Gambling Helpline will be there for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They are truly caring individuals, and they'll talk to you and help you out as best as they can, but they will always come through when you need them. 1-800-522-4700. That's 1-800-522-4700. Yes, now let's get to the spine-tingling details. There's only one game to bring you an update on. That is the Portland Trail Blazers leading the Oklahoma City Thunder by a score of 89-80. Right now, let's give you some more final scores, shall we? The Atlanta Hawks beat the Indiana Pacers 132-123. The Denver Nuggets took care of the Charlotte Hornets 113-109. Cleveland Cavaliers found the winning path again as they beat the Orlando Magic 107-101. Toronto Raptors in overtime dealt the Celtics a little punch, 115-112. The New York Knicks beat the Chicago Bulls 109-104. Miami Heat over the Sacramento Kings 123-100. Memphis Grizzlies over the Golden State Warriors 123-95. And the San Antonio Spurs beat the Houston Rockets 123-120. Now, we do have the women tonight, so we do have women's college basketball up to date, I do believe. Yes, we do. And there are two games we could talk about in double overtime. Second seed UConn defeated first seed North Carolina State 91-87, and in a heartbreaker, the top of the heap, Louisville, number 1 seed, took care of number 3 seed Michigan 62-50. So there you go right there, folks. And with that, we go now to the G League. And G League is presented to you by Gatorade. Is it in you? Well, is it? Well, it must be. And let's take a look now at the games that were played tonight. Yes. March 28th, 2020. That's right, 2020. No, 2021. Excuse me, only 2 games were played on Monday. The Rio Grande Valley Vipers defeated the Memphis Hustle by a score of 125 to 115. And the South Bay Lakers lead the Agua Caliente Clippers by a score of 91 to 85. About 6:48 remaining in regulation, otherwise known as the fourth quarter. All right, so that is it for our basketball segment. We now hit the dusty trail and get you on with a little bit more sports. This time, we go from the hardwood to the hard synthetic ice. That's right, it's time to go to our hockey portion of the show. And, well, kind of was a light night in the realm of sports. We got 2 games still going on. In the second period, early in the second period, it is the Seattle Kraken up on the LA Kings 2-1, and still early in the regulation time, third period. Edmonton Oilers lead the Arizona Coyotes by a score of 5-1. Let's hitch a ride and get our final scores perfectly in. All right, the Carolina Hurricanes laid waste to Washington Capitals 6-1. Nikas from Carolina, 2 goals, 1 assist. Anderson for Carolina, 26 saves, and Au for Carolina, 1 goal. St. Louis Blues over the Vancouver Canucks, 4-1. Tarasenko for St. Louis, 2 goals, 1 assist. Husso for St. Louis, 35 saves, and Scandella, 1 goal. Sabres laid waste to the Chicago Blackhawks 6-5. Thompson for Buffalo, 1 goal, 1 assist. Olofsson for Buffalo, 2 goals, 1 assist. And Took for Buffalo, 1 goal, 1 assist. And that's it for the NHL. We may be on for just 30 minutes the way this thing is going. Before we hit the planet, let's make sure of a few things. Okay, no men's or ladies action in college hockey. I think they ended their season. This I am not of certain, but we'll find out. So we will go now to our minor league, and we have to always start first alphabetical. The rest is purely semantics. Let's give you, of course, semantics number 1. And that is scores from the American Hockey League, if any. I think they got them. Yeah, we got some, including, let's see here. Okay, Colorado Eagles laying waste to the San Jose. San Jose? Yeah, let's try again. Colorado Eagles are laying waste to the San Jose Barracuda at the end of 2 periods. The Eagles lead the Barracuda 4-0. And a final score, Utica Comets over the Hartford Wolfpack 7-3. And that is your AHL. Now it's time for the Big O. That's right. It's time for the Ontario Hockey League. Let's see if they gave us anything for tonight, and they did not. So we are done with the Ontario Hockey League. Nancy Nichols says, "Hey there, Steve. Hope you had a good day." I did. Had a couple of appointments, but I have had a very, very good day. Thanks for asking. And now, folks, let's get back to our little cheesy scoreboard here. And we go from the AHL to the ECHL or the ECHL. So let's go to it. And we'll combine A to B and leave you with C. All right, time now for scores from the East Coast Hockey League. And I don't think we had any games tonight. I could be wrong, of course. Probably am. Nope, I'm right. Tomorrow we will have scores for thee. That's right, folks. Tomorrow we will have scores. Yay. Yay hoo. Hoo hey. Hoo hey vee hey moo hey. So, whoa, not too far. Okay, so they have no games in the ECHL. How about the, down, Southern Professional Hockey League? Let's check it out. By the way, our good friend Nick Ricada chimed in, and he will not be on the air tonight with his broadcast of Lost Bleeding the Interwebs on the Ricada Law channel here on YouTube. He's taken the night off to do a little recouping. So tonight's edition of Lost Bleeding the Interwebs postponed. He will, I hope, return to the airwaves tomorrow night. But anyway, you can catch Nick Ricada, the humble Minnesota lawyer, with a lot of good things, a lot of good advice, a lot of great topics, and a lot of unpredictability. It's Nick Ricada of Ricada Law for Lost Bleeding the Interwebs, Monday through Fridays at midnight Eastern, 11 Central, on the Ricada Law channel right here on YouTube. And with that, we just did a commercial. Now, let's heat up a little scoreboard, shall we? And there are no games tonight either. I have a feeling it was a light schedule all the way around, folks. So we are going to check it out here. We got one more button to push, and that's for the Federal Prospects Hockey League. And let's get going with that one. See if there were any games. And can we zap it? There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I don't think they'll be playing until Friday, which is April Fool's Day. And I am exactly right. So Friday will be the FPHL. So we're done with our hockey, and man, I think we'll make the hour. It's amazing what you can learn doing this. We've been on the air now for about 14 minutes, and we're on until 12:35. Sorry, folks. So what do we normally do? I keep forgetting what it is that we do. Oh, yeah. Let's get you a little sports media action here. And, of course, one of the big announcements. Well, there we go. In the wake of Joe Buck, and for that matter, Troy Aikman leaving for ESPN, Fox Sports had a prime seat to fill as their lead NFL play-by-play voice. Now, that is a huge platform given how reliably strong NFL ratings are. And while Fox has a fairly deep list of internal candidates, There was always a chance for a shock outside move. After all, we just saw that with Joe Buck. Instead, though, they've gone with a very reliable inside man, Fox Sports stalwart Kevin Burkhardt, who last season worked in Fox's number 2 booth with analyst Greg Olson. Now, according to Andrew Marchand, in the New York Post, he is reporting that Burkhardt is about to sign a long-term deal that will see him calling 2 of the next 3 Super Bowls, which ain't bad. Burkhardt is a solid choice, and there's at least a chance that Fox ends up simply moving their number 2 booth of Burkhardt and Olsen to the prime position. That would give them the benefit of familiarity, not that Burkhardt is talented enough to work alongside any analyst Fox might consider, and according to Marchand, that choice is still up in the air. Now, the move could also see Fox split its championship properties and go with a different voice for the World Series. While Buck has called the World Series for more than 2 decades, and he's been the network's top NFL voice since 2002. According to Marchand, though, rising star Joe Davis is the front runner to take over on the baseball side of the equation, despite Burkhardt having also hosted World Series coverage for Fox and Fox Sports 1. Considering Fox likely wants to ensure they keep both Davis and Burkhardt, if this is indeed the route they take, it's hard to blame them. Both are very good at what they do. So congratulations, Kevin. Meanwhile, in more media news, the National Football League, well, everyone's got a streaming service these days, and the NFL apparently is considering getting into the arena in a bigger U.S. fashion. In international markets, they already have their own streaming service with NFL Game Pass offering live and replay games, plus NFL Network and NFL Films content, although it hasn't always worked perfectly. They also have a U.S. version of the same service that offers replays, live game audio, on-demand NFL Network and NFL Films content, and out-of-market preseason games, but no other live games. But as the Athletic's Daniel Kaplan reports, the league is now developing a NFL Plus streaming service that might incorporate a lot of that Game Pass content, plus team-centric content, and perhaps more critically, live game streaming to mobile devices, which had been handled through a deal with Verizon, but that deal has since expired. Here's the press release. The NFL is developing a subscription streaming service that will include games, radio, podcast, and team content. Teams are briefed on the development at the annual NFL owners meeting occurring in Palm Beach, Florida. The NFL has distributed live games for free throughout mobile devices and on Yahoo for tablets and laptops, but these deals have also expired. In the future, it appears if fans on the go want to stream games on their phone and they don't have a cable subscription, they will need to pay for what is tentatively called NFL Plus. Now, the brand NFL Plus was included on slides viewed by a meeting of team presidents Sunday at the Breakers, the resort hosting the meetings. The streaming service is nascent and likely won't be ready for an owner's vote until the next meeting in May, said one team president, who requested silence of anonymity because the plans are still developing. Now, what would NFL Plus cost? The price on the slides presented to team owners was $5 a month, though a team president cautioned that number is more hypothetical, as in, you're talking an arm, a leg, and a firstborn. Now, sports media consultant Patrick Crakes notes in comments to Kaplan, there is a possibility this is being floated just to try and bolster the bidding for that mobile package Verizon has held. Craig says, I don't think the NFL has a lot of bidders for this package, and that seems right. The package Verizon held had some notable limitations. Specifically, it was for Verizon phones only at first, then was later opened up to other phones and tablets. And no other companies were particularly mentioned in bidding for it when Verizon signed the deal in 2017. Now, this arrangement may also be less interesting to Verizon than it was in the past. A big part of that 2017 deal was about the ability to stream games on Yahoo, which they had acquired earlier that year. That streaming was also a big deal for Yahoo, but Verizon sold Yahoo and AOL to a hedge fund, Apollo Global, last May, and they now don't have an obvious sports internet portal to put games on. They do also already have another big NFL deal signed last fall, with that one focused on 5G technology in stadiums rather than on streaming games to users at home. So Verizon may not care as much about this package as they did before, and that might be part of why we're now seeing NFL rumblings about doing it themselves with NFL Plus. Now, there are several interconnected NFL media negotiations remaining, even after the league signed new deals with TV networks and Amazon last year. There's the out-of-market NFL Sunday Ticket package, which has 1 year remaining with DirecTV. Amazon and Apple have repeatedly reported as suitors for that. There's also potential sale of equity in NFL Media, which is the NFL Network, NFL Films, and NFL.com, and more, which could be packaged with a Sunday Ticket sale. And there's this mobile package. This is up for the 2022 season rather than 2023 season. So there's some more urgency to it, but this absolutely could wind up as part of a Sunday Ticket and or equity deal. But it's worth mentioning that if this NFL Plus service does come to pass, and if it's launched with just the mobile rights Verizon had previously held and with no streaming to TVs, it's going to be harder to get people to shell out for it, given the other over-the-top streaming options out there that do allow for streaming to TVs. Both Paramount and Peacock currently offer live NFL streaming of CBS and NBC games, respectively, to TVs, and ESPN Plus will do the same for Monday Night Football beginning in 2023 as part of these new media deals. Of course, Paramount Plus's NFL streaming is limited to what's on your local CBS package, not all CBS games. The others are in the out-of-market Sunday Ticket shipment to food. Now, beyond that, Amazon was already offering live over-the-top streaming for Thursday night games, and now they have national exclusivity there for all but 7, which will be simulcast on the NFL Network. Each Thursday night game will be available on local broadcast stations in each market, streaming a bigger deal there as well. As all of those over-the-top options allow for streaming to TVs, and that's the case with the current Sunday Ticket streaming option as well, although that's only available if you're not able to buy DirecTV satellite service. Now, the big hole in over-the-top NFL streaming landscape will be Fox. They have the streaming rights to their games, but are reportedly planning to keep them exclusive to the broadcast environment, so only available as a stream through MVPD authentication requiring apps rather than over-the-top solution. But even those authentication requiring apps work on TVs. By contrast, NFL Plus, under the current setup of rights, would appear to be a subscription service that only works for watching live games on mobile devices, and that's a business model no one has ever seen work yet. So the NFL's got a lot of things in their hands, especially for folks that like to see things on a stream. All right, back again, naturally, with all of us here. Let's keep going with another piece of media work. And for that, we hit the radio side of sports. On Monday, Westwood One announced a new multi-year agreement with the National Football League. The company will remain the NFL's national radio partner for primetime and holiday games, along with Saturday and international games, and the full NFL postseason and Super Bowl. Additionally, 3 new elements are introduced: availability of primetime broadcast on the NFL app for free, tentpole event coverage, and alternate game broadcasts. Now, released the press release. Here's more about those new elements. Westwood One's NFL primetime game broadcast will be available free to fans on affiliated stations' primary digital platforms and on the NFL app. Westwood One will offer expanded coverage of NFL tentpole events throughout the year, including NFL Honors, NFL Combine, NFL Draft, and NFL Schedule Release. Westwood One, the NFL, will explore creating new alternative game broadcasts in addition to the traditional Westwood One play-by-play. Now, this was an easy decision for both sides, especially given Westwood One's long-running relationship with the NFL, 35 straight seasons. Happy anniversary. It also sinks a little more cash into the NFL coffers, which no one at the league will complain about. It's a very simple little thing, It's very little simple. One of the most popular voices for soccer in Britain is returning to his post. Back at the end of October, Jeff Sterling revealed that he'd be leaving Sky Soccer Saturday after more than 2 decades, stating, quote, "It is time to let somebody else have a go at what is the best job in the world," end quote. Stelling, I called it Sterling, sorry. Stelling planned on staying until the end of the current 2021-2022 campaign before moving on. But Monday, Stelling channeled Tom Brady and pulled a U-turn. He announced that he'd be staying on Soccer Saturday through at least the end of this season, the 2022-2023 season. Said Stelling, very simple. Sky Sports is my home, and the Soccer Saturday team are a big part of my life. As the end of the season approached and I was preparing to say goodbye, I realized that I was now ready to blow the final whistle and leave the best job in the world. I am thrilled to be staying and excited about moving the show forward and creating more special Saturday afternoons on Sky Sports. Yay! Now, Stelling is probably better known to American viewers for his appearances on Ted Lasso than his work on Soccer Saturday, but he has become an institution to fans across the pond, and anyone wishing to replace him will have some more time to brush up on the resume. Good on you, Jeffrey. Good on you. La la samba. There we go. Oh, it's still up there. Okay. There we go. And we're still here. Yay. Do we have any more little things yet? Nope. We're done here. Okay, that only means one thing. We just got well, let's do some headlines, shall we? Okay, in the National Football League, the New York Jets signed former number 3 overall pick as head coach Robert Saleh. He's bringing defensive lineman Solomon Thomas to the fold. Brian Costello of the New York Post reports. And according to Mike Garofalo of NFL Media, Thomas will receive a 1-year deal. Thomas was drafted 3rd overall by the San Francisco 49ers in the 2017 NFL Draft out of Stanford. He played in Saleh's defense from 2017-2020 before joining the Las Vegas Raiders for the 2021 season. In his one season in Vegas, he recorded 34 combined tackles, 2 forced fumbles, 12 quarterback hits, and a career-high 3.5 sacks despite having 0 starts. He is a solid rookie season for the 49ers, recording 41 combined tackles, 3 sacks, and 10 tackles for loss in 14 games played with 12 starts. He was outshined by the other talent on the 49ers defensive line, however, as Thomas shared the trenches with the likes of Eric Armstead, DeForest Buckner, and Nick Bosa. San Francisco declined his 5th-year option heading to the 2020 season, and Thomas tore his ACL in week 2 of that year, coincidentally against the Jets. Now, Saleh knows Thomas well, and this is an ideal landing spot for a former highly touted prospect who is still just 26 years young. In 65 career games, he's recorded 129 combined tackles, 9.5 sacks, 19 tackles for loss, and 35 quarterback hits. Boy, this guy's going to be fun. So, congratulations. In Major League Baseball, actually minor league baseball, this is going to be unusual. But as most baseball fans know by now, Whenever Major League Baseball wants to experiment with a possible change to the rules, it implements it either in the Independent Atlantic League or in the minors. The pitch clock, for example, has been used in the minor league since 2015. The latest experiment alteration, according to the Athletics' Jason Stark, is the move of second base, which will move slightly closer to home plate during the 2022 season. So, from Stark's report, quote, sources tell the Atlantic that in the second half of this season, baseball will be moving second base inward, so it'll be closer to first base and third base by about 13 and a half inches. Now, the interesting thing about the move of the base is it draws attention to the fact that the bases aren't exactly 90 feet apart. Second base is a bit off. It has been for well over a century. The easiest way to grasp this problem is via an image from the MLB rulebook, Appendix 2, page 171. The diamond follows the line around the actual baselines and just ignores the layout as part. Shows each line segment on the base paths as exactly 90 feet. Now notice that the line takes its 90-degree turn around both first and third base and home plate for that matter. But the turn at second happens right in the middle of the base. Each 90-degree angle is 90 feet apart, which means the edges of the bases are all closer than 90 feet to the other. The move of base in the second half of the minor league baseball season, again on an experimental level, will be to line second base up inside the 90-degree turn like the other bases. Now, the end result of that move, per the Athletic, is exactly 87 feet between first and second, when it used to be 88 feet and 1.5 inches from base to base. It'll be closer to third, too, obviously by virtue of moving more toward the middle of the diamond. We know Major League Baseball wants to use bigger bases, but now we know moving second base slightly inward towards home plate in order to make the bases more uniform is also on the table. Yay. Okay, in the National Football League, well, I hope they're ready for a challenge. The home of the Denver Broncos, Empower Field at Mile High Stadium, caught fire last week and damaged a couple of hundred seats, along with 12 luxury seats. Team President Joe Ellis told reporters at the annual league meeting on Monday. Ellis added that it will be a real challenge for the team to be able to get the damaged area ready in time for the start of the regular season. Now, as Joe Ellis is quoted, at first glance, we thought it wasn't much of a big deal, but after going to see the damage and witnessing it in person and spending time with fire inspectors, people from our stadium and the reclamation team that came in, it was a significant event, Ellis told the Denver Post, end quote. What makes the repairs a bit more complicated and what may cause them to not be fixed in time for the regular season is due to the steel risers that are used in the stadium. Quote, the heat from the fire, once it got going, those risers buckled, Ellis said. We'll have to refabricate those steel risers in those particular sections. And with supply chain issues around the world, and each one is in a different dimension because of the way the seating bowl is constructed and contoured, it'll take some time to get those replaced, and they'll have to be replaced. Now, the Denver Fire Department noted that the fire, which started in an East Club Lounge construction area, was accidental. There were also no injuries due to the fire. So, congratulations. And there we are. Oh, excuse me. And how about this one for excitement? Okay. Here we go. Nothing happened. Nothing ventured. Nothing gained. Let's just complete it. The St. Louis Cardinals have agreed to a one-year deal with franchise legend Albert Pujols. The deal is worth $2.5 million, so says St. Louis Post-Dispatch. The pack will give the 42-year-old Pujols a bit of a retirement tout with the team that drafted him and for which he played the first 11 years of his Hall of Fame career. Pujols was reintroduced to Cardinals faithful at a spring training game on Monday, and he told reporters that the 2022 season will be his last in Major League Baseball. He might change his mind. Okay. And we've already done the story for UConn in Louisville. Ugh, excuse me. All right, let us proceed to do what we do best, which is, of course, give you the scores. And that's what we're doing. Let's see what's happening on Monday. Whoa. Okay. In the international friendlies, Andorra over Grenada, 1-0. Montenegro over Greece, 1-0. In the Irish Premiership, it was Carrick Rangers over Glentoran over the Carrick Rangers, 6-2. And there you have it. Ugh, excuse me. Okay, we only got one thing left. We're at 36 minutes, and it is 16 minutes past the hour of midnight in the Oasis. Teleprompter having a bit of trouble staying up. There we go. Okay, there he is. All right. A little update for you folks. In the 12th minute of the fourth quarter, Portland Trailblazers lead by 1 over the Oklahoma City Thunder, 113-112. In hockey, let's go for an update. Seattle Kraken leads the Los Angeles Kings 3-1 after 2. Czech Republic Extraliga playoffs, Český Budějovice over Pardubice 4-3. Sparta Prague over Liberec in overtime 5-4. In Finland, Kuku over Jukurit 3-1. Leaves over Karpat 2-1. Tapra over Luko 5-3. In Sweden, in the SHL, Timrå over Djurgårdens 4-3. And in the SHL playoff, Leksands over Oskarshamn 4-1. Rhinas over Örebro 3-0. In Major League Baseball preseason action, the Toronto Blue Jays beat the Atlanta Braves 4-5. New York Yankees over the Detroit Tigers 11-7. Philadelphia Phillies took control of the sort of spine-tingling game 7-1 over the Baltimore Orioles. Houston Astros over the St. Louis Cardinals 2-1. Miami Marlins lost a big one Miami Marlins won over Washington 8-1. San Diego Padres blessed for a miracle and they got it. Chicago White Sox just that. Chicago White Sox beat the San Diego Let's go back to the first one. Thank you. Miami Marlins and Washington Nationals 8-1 winners. There you go. Chicago White Sox, San Diego Padres 8-. Okay. I wouldn't mind playing pickleball tomorrow. Washington Nationals defeat the Miami Marlins defeat the Washington Nationals 8-1. Padres over the White Sox 9-8. Kansas City Royals abused the Cleveland Guardians 19-9. Arizona Diamondbacks over the LA Dodgers 5-3. The Angels defeated the Oakland Athletics 7-2. Milwaukee over San Francisco 5-2. Seattle over Texas 6-5. And Cincinnati versus Chi-Town. We'll be back to wrap it up. Just soon as oh God. Oh man. Okay, let's see. Brewers over the Giants 5-2. Seattle over Texas 6-5. And in the ninth inning, the Chicago Cubs lead the Cincinnati Reds by a score of 4-2. In the Indian Professional Leagues, for those of you cricket enthusiasts, the Yardot Titans won by 5 wickets in the one-day invitational. New Zealand continues to okay, sorry about that. So there you have it. All of our sports, and we're nearing the home stretch. Oh boy, I tell you, I'm getting a little pooped here. When I get this way, I think it's time for us to hit the head, but we've only got about 4 minutes to do that. So, oh, God. This has been a very long day. We got about 3 minutes left, and I got to do a lot of stuff tomorrow, and I hope you'll send me some prayers and good vibes as I continue to seek a little help. Anyway, let's see, we got about 3 minutes left, and I am really starting to lose my eyeballs because of oh, God help me. Anyway, that is going to wrap things up for us. We have done the impossible. We went through an entire hour show in 45 minutes. So we will see you tomorrow night at 11:35. Until then, excuse me, in just a little bit, just want to let you know that we always have fun here, no matter what the late games are. We sure pretty much like the little extended time. So that's about it from here in the Fred McLeod Sports Desk here at the here at the Tom O'Neill Studios in Jackson. I am Steve the Backsman Baxley, and we'll see you tomorrow. This has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports. We will talk to you tomorrow night, everybody.